I'm not really drunk. We're walking on a lot of snow. Back down home, most of the snow is gone. And we wanted to play in the snow, so we came up on the mountain here, the Morgan Hill State Forest outside of Syracuse. And the boys are goofing off. And I'm trying to walk this snowmobile trail but we came up here because if you can see the trees behind me, there's a lot of apple trees, and that brings the deer up and around, and so it's fun to look for deer antlers. We're gonna climb a little mountain here because that'll warm us up. It's not really a mountain, but up this little hill on the snowmobile trail, and that'll warm us up a little bit, and then we'll duck into the woods and see if we can find any deer or deer antlers. They call them sheds. Looking for sheds because antlers fall off the deer in the December, if not earlier. Okay. Come on, Dakota, get up here. What are you doing? You're going down the hill the wrong side. Come on. Well, we've climbed up to this clearing, and now we're going to go into these woods over here. This snow is almost deep enough for snowshoes. There's no snow at the house, so I didn't wear any gaiters or anything. I just have regular hiking boots on. That's probably a mistake since the snow is up to my knees. And see, it goes down quite a ways. We need to fix the white balance here, don't we? It's hard to have a good white balance with all the snow. We'll see if we can fix it in editing. Whew. I think there's some drifts here. He just thinks he's a little reindeer, doesn't he? Find me some antlers, Caesar. We're following a couple of heavy tracks. 3 or 4 deer on a trail here through the snow. It's the neat thing about winter hiking is you can follow tracks pretty easy. They were walking and then they started to run, so I don't know if that's from us or if that's from earlier in the day. Any smart deer would be sleeping right now. We'll kind of keep the camera on in case we see something. Call and ye shall have. There's Dakota way over there. Hey Cody, what you doing? Stay there. You can stay over there. Hey, go down. I think you had the right idea, buddy. Hey, let's go this way. This way. See, Dakota. Go this way. Come on. Here's some deer tracks. I don't know how well this will come out on the camera here, but there's a bed. Spot where they laid down and slept. There's a couple of beds here, actually. There's another one there. The boys are pretty good at finding these things. And they're really good boys, too, because they don't chase deer. They track them for me when I ask them to. But they don't chase them. Well, I'll say if they see one running, they'll run after it, but since I usually keep an eye on them, I usually tell them no and they stop. So, somewhat dangerous path to follow if you follow the boys. They went right between these two trees. And this is not a friendly tree right here. Look at those spines and thorns. There's an awful lot of them all over this tree. So I'm going to go around. So, yes, these are thorn apple trees. We're back on the snowmobile trail. We got through the swamp. Snow is really deep there. When I come down here with friends, they often see all these pine trees with no needles. They're not really pine trees, but they're larch, American larch, or tamarack they call them. But they lose their needles just like a leafy tree. People often think, oh, look at all the trees died. But they're just American larch or a tamarack. It's one of the downsides. Somebody, in case you didn't notice this, this is a truck path here. Somebody actually drove there's a bunch that like to drive their four-wheel drives in here. Keep it open for goofing off. They come up here and drink. All right. The sun is going down. That's about a 20-foot shadow or 30-foot shadow, maybe even. About 10 yards long. Well, we're having a pretty good hike. This is such a beautiful forest. Forests are so pretty in winter. You know, you have to get out. I know a lot of people say, oh, it's too cold, but you know what? You get out and you get moving, and pretty soon you're warmed up. I mean, look at me. Got my scarf off, I got my jacket open. Yeah, I've got a sweater on, but I'm pretty hot. I'm actually almost sweating. And the boys, of course, are having a ball. And there's wildlife to be seen. We don't see much wildlife talking and jabbering and having the dogs run all over the place, but there's you know, sign of wildlife is as good as anything else, in my opinion. Shows you it's out here. You're not disturbing it, but it's out here. We decided to follow the trail. This is the trail of the domesticated cross-country skier. See the little post holes on either side of the trail? It's from their poles. And we're following the Finger Lakes Trail for the moment. It just loops around from where our car is back to the car. So I figured it's a little easier on Dakota. It looked like he was kind of sick of barging through snow. But they are having fun. We're towards the end of the trail. We cross over a little dam that was built sometime in the 60s. This used to be a beaver pond, but here's some guys out here ice fishing with their dog. Cool. So they put this dike in here, and there's always been streams going south. That's south. Going to the left is south. But when they raised the level of the water up, come on, focus, the water also ran to the north, because we're on kind of a point between two hills but it's the highest point of Onondaga County. So the water runs towards Lake Ontario and towards the Chesapeake Bay. So it's kind of a cool little pond for just that reason. I think we've been here before, but just in case, this is part of the Finger Lakes Trail. These blue blazes is the Finger Lakes Trail that goes from the western edge of New York State all the way to the eastern edge of New York State through the Catskills and the Finger Lakes. And this is along the Finger Lakes Trail in this state forest that is old pioneer lands that were abandoned because they're so rocky. But this is a graveyard that's been here since forever. I think they're 1700 something. But there's a dog out on the lake. The boys want to go play with him, but they can't. Come on. Caesar? Caesar. Come. Come on, Dakota. We're going this way. What are you doing? Going to the car, huh? Are you tired? They're ready to go back.